Hi there, my name is Toby, and this channel is really all about how can we use our body to get the most out of it, or how can we be more efficient, or which exercises can we do that will give us the most benefit for the least amount of effort. And that's what this little workout is all about. Now the basis of this training is really the spine. If we can hold a nice straight or a natural spine, a neutral spine, that is got a natural S curve, then this is the most efficient way of using our body. From this we can do everything else. Now this little workout routine is all about that. You see, stand up nice and straight, tilt the sternum upwards, lock out the legs, squeeze the glutes, so you push the hips forward, you've got a little backwards arch, lift up the neck, stretch up, look up a little bit so you can really feel a nice stretch in a nice tall spine. And you've got your legs straight, you see the knees are straight, you're just slightly on the ball of the feet or moving towards the front of the foot, and you just start twisting left and right. Now lift up the shoulders, hold up the shoulders and the rib cage just a little bit so you can keep arching backwards, and you've got to pull the belly in, hold the belly tight and use the obliques. You're trying to hold a nice sort of dynamic tension through the spine, but the arms are relaxed, the elbows, the wrist and the fingers just nice and relaxed, and you're just pulsing left and right from the hips, squeezing the glutes either side, left and right, just to pulse and create a little twist through the spine, through the body and out through the loose arms. The legs are straight, so there's not too much work happening in the legs. It's all about the hips. You see, the focus of this workout is the spine, the hips and the shoulders. You make the movement from the spine, the core, from the belly and the obliques, and you let this movement swing out to loose arms and loose legs. And the most important focus is the spine, always feeling a nice stretch in the spine. And now we move on to the second exercise, just swinging forward and backwards. Ever so easy, just swing the arms forward and backwards. Again, loose elbows, loose wrist, just feel them nice and relaxed, but you lift up the shoulders, lift up the rib cage. Again, straight legs, you're just levering at the hips. Try and maintain that same natural S curve in the spine. You've got a slight backwards arch, but you're using the glutes, you're using the hips, you squeeze the glutes to push yourself forward a little bit up onto the ball of the feet, and then you lever forward from the hips. So still straight legs, ever so gentle, ever so easy. Straight legs, feel that pulse from the hips, that rhythm from the hips, and let that rhythm swing out into the arms. And just try and feel the arms do less and less work. It's the movement in the spine. And now swing your arms a little bit higher and let them drop down. You see now as they go up just above the head, they come in a little bit towards your shoulders and then they flop down. You let the elbows bend and then straighten out. This is like a little whip. You feel them whip out to the fingertips. But again, the power comes from the spine, the movement in the hips. Lever at the hips and lever forward by squeezing the glutes in, pushing the hips forward, and you're gently rising to the ball of the feet and back to the heels. And just let the arms swing naturally. The only work is to lift up the shoulders a bit, lift up the rib cage a bit, and make sure that they are up and back. So you're holding the shoulders, you just relax the elbows and the wrist and feel that little whip. And now standing on the spot, swinging left and right like you're marching along. Again, nice and easy, nice and gentle, holding the shoulders, the rib cage up and back a little bit, sternum tilted up, belly pulled in, legs are straight, you're just squeezing the glutes to create a little twist. It's from the hips, a little twist from the hips through this nice stretch in the spine, the S curve in the spine, and you're just twisting left and right and feeling the rhythm, trying to create a rhythm that you can swing the arms loose. Nice tall spine, look up a little bit, stretch up. Remember, a slight backwards arch, keep the belly pulled in tight. Use the obliques, using the squeezing of the glutes, the hips, the pulsing of the hips left and right to create a little isometric twist through the spine, and this creates this marching along on the spot movement. But it's just the arms swinging, and as they get more and more relaxed, you can let the elbow bend a little bit and the hand just flop down a little bit. Each one is a loose swing like a little whip down to the fingertips. Now the more advanced you get with this, the more and more relaxed your hands become. They just become like jelly or like rubber, flopping about. And now we do side to side, but again still straight legs, keep the legs locked out, squeeze the glutes, push the hips forward, pull the belly in, and then just lever left and right. Stretching again from the hip joint. Feel one hip stretch and the other hip goes up onto the ball of the foot, so one leg goes up a tiny bit as you take your weight side to side between the legs, and you just let the arms swing side to side, but they swing up and back, up and back. So you've got to remember there's a backward arch, look up nice and tall, always focusing on stretching out the spine, and gradually swing higher and higher. One arm goes up first and the other one follows, but you see it goes up and back a little bit. You've got to feel this stretch into the rib cage. Open up the rib cage, feel the rib cage stretch out into the shoulder, but feel the movement from the spine, from the hips, from the glutes, squeezing the glutes, and again just gently levering from one hip to the other hip, side to side, and then relax for a minute, come back, nice standing up straight position. And now what we're doing, this is called embracing the tree. So lift up your shoulders, lift up your rib cage, pull them up and back, lift up the elbows, stretch open the fingers, twist a little finger towards you, and gently start to twist left and right in this position. Feel that stretch in the spine, pull the belly in, pull the obliques in tight, feeling that backwards arch. Legs are still straight, and you squeeze the glutes left and right, creating a little twist through the spine. But feel this big open stretch. Your arms are bent, but it feels like your body is stretching. Look up, stretch up the neck, feel it all the way up into the head. Feel it, you're unifying your whole body into one structure, and you're gently pulsing, twisting left and right through this stretch in the spine. And then come back to the middle and just relax for a second. And then we're going to take a deep breath in, a big circle up, breathe in, stretch up, and breathe out, hands down. And just take a moment to center yourself, twisting left and right like we did in the beginning. But remember, it's feeling a nice stretch in the spine. You squeeze the glutes, push the hips forward, pull the belly in, lift up the chest, and gently twisting through the spine as you shift your weight a little bit as well from one leg to the other leg. And now, nice and easy, you're trying to create little circles with the arms. So it's a bit tricky, just play around with it. You're trying to create little outward circles with your arms swinging, and you try and lever from the hips and just try and create this little motion. And don't worry too much about it, the idea is just to feel a little circular movement in the arms. And again, try the other way, circulate the other way around. Again, trying to feel, again, the lever from the body, feel it from the hips, and just feel a little circle in the arms. And now what we're going to do is the real exercise here. This is a big circle in the shoulder. So you stand again, straight legs, lift up the arm and circulate back. The other hand stays on the hip, so you lift up the shoulders, lift up the rib cage, pull in the belly, squeeze the glutes, legs straight, and circulate the arm. Now the secret is the rib cage, and then change direction. Really feel the expansion and movement in the rib cage. This will give much more motion to your shoulder. And you've got to feel that stretch from the spine, nice and tall. So you stretch up, look up, feel the spine, the legs are straight, the glutes are tight, belly pulled in, move the rib cage and try and relax the arm as you swing it round and around, forward and backwards. And then try the other arm, so the other one goes onto the hips. This just ensures you keep a nice straight spine. Lift up the shoulders, lift up the rib cage, legs straight, pull in the belly and circulate the arm backwards, round and round. And remember the rib cage, feel the expansion and the stretch in the ribs. And you can breathe as well, breathe deeply into the back of the rib cage. Really try to activate and open the rib cage, the deepest part of your lungs. Circulate round and round, trying to relax the arm and feel the motion from the spine. You see it's still going to be a little twist in the spine required. You've got this upright standing position, a nice stretch, talled out spine, and you feel this stretch, this twist move into the circulating arm. The arm goes round and round, but the power and the movement comes from the stretch in the spine. Nice and easy, nice and relaxed, and again, do what you can, no pressure. This should feel nice, it should feel comfortable. You're getting the blood moving, you're getting the lymphatic system moving with very little effort. And back to the middle again, twisting left and right, find your center and relax out, shake out the legs a little bit, loosen up the legs, they've been straight. And now what we're going to do is swing the legs, so we've got a chance to really relax them. what you do is lean on the wall a little bit so you can lever to the side so one leg is free to be able to swing it, and then you just swing this leg back and forth from the hips, and yet the arm swings opposite. Again, it's a bit like you're marching along, walking along, and the idea is just to try and relax the leg more and more. Feel that same stretch in the spine, pull the belly in, you've got a slight backwards arch. You're trying to feel the motion in the hip joint. You see the knee is relaxed, it bends and straightens a little bit. You can think of it even like a football kick. You're kicking a football, but the leg is relaxed, it's loose. The only work is in the spine. So here on the other leg again, you lean away from the wall a little bit, lean into the wall so that your leg can be free to swing. You've got to lever to the side a bit, and when your leg is free to swing, then you just swing back and forth from the hips, and the hand swings in the opposite direction. You relax the knee, and that creates this little swing in the knee. Again, this will create a little whip down to the toes like a football kick. So again, even in martial arts, there's a secret to whip strikes. This is how you create a whip in the leg, and earlier when we did the arm drop, you're creating a whip in the hand. So this relates again to martial arts, but in this little workout, it's about relaxation and blood flow. As you relax out and whip out the legs, whip out the arms, you're creating a massive blood flow very easily, very relaxed. And now back to the middle again, twisting left and right. Feel the center, feel your alignment, and lever slightly forward now, stretch out. So you just push above your knees, push the hips back, keep the belly in, squat a little bit down, just feel that stretch in the knees, stretch in the hips, rise up onto the toes, big circle in and out. So I hope you enjoyed this little workout. Please let me know in the comments how you got on, and I look forward to seeing you in one of these other videos here.